And the reason we're all so messed up is because you're looking at everybody else's talent and wishing you had some of their talent. Because Dr. King's message of not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. And there is not a job in here that you can do that you don't switch the paradigm to service and not make that job more fulfilling. If you say, if I look at this from how do I use this in service to something bigger than myself, it no longer becomes a job. It becomes an offering to the world. There is not one thing that has ever happened to you, not one experience, not one encounter, not one crisis, not one joyful thing that hasn't happened just to make you better and help you rise. When you figure out that you are calling it in, when you actually start meditating or praying or doing or having a spiritual practice, which is the number one thing you need if you want to be successful in the world. You need something that gives back and nourishes you, regardless of what you call that. You need to fill your cup so that you can be so full your cup runneth over and you have enough to give to other people. You end up resentful every time somebody asks you because your cup is empty and now they want some of yours. So your number one job is to fill your cup and make yourself whole. And I am now at this stage of my career thinking about how to do that more poignantly and fruitfully. That is not just a rhetorical saying, that is law. That is Newton's third law of motion in physics, which says everything that goes out is coming back. It's just like everything that goes up is coming down. May take it a long time to come down, is coming down. Everything that goes out is coming back, it's coming back. So to answer the power of manifestation and meditation, what meditation does is sync you up with the source. And what I started to hear was that what people are really saying is, did you hear me? Did you hear me? And did what I say mean anything to you? And so I started to listen with that in mind, with that intention of validating that you're being here, you're speaking to me, you're taking the time to do this with me is important because you matter. And that's true for everybody who's watching or listening, that every argument that you ever have, every encounter, the person just wants to know, did I say anything that mattered? You will find true success and happiness if you have only one goal. There really is only one, and that is this: to fulfill the highest, most truthful expression of yourself as a human being. You want to max out your humanity by using your energy to lift yourself up, your family, and the people around you. Do you believe that you are worthy of happiness? Do you believe that happiness, success, abundance, comfort, fulfillment, peace, joy, love is a part of your birthright? Because you will manifest the life that you believe. I've always known that no matter what my belief is, I'm going to be all right. It is a signed permission slip to actually seize the day. And with these gifts comes an even deeper privilege, I believe. And here's what I know for sure, that to whom much is given, much is expected. And I have been given so much. I've earned it, I've been blessed with it, but I've been given a lot. And that's why I've chosen to use my life to lift other people up. If things go wrong, you hit a dead end, as you will, every failure, every crisis, every difficult time. And as soon as you get the lesson, you get to move on. If you don't get the lesson, it shows up wearing another pair of pants or skirt to give you some remedial work. But if you ask the right question, not why is this happening, it puts you in the place and space to get the lesson you need. I have always known this about celebrity. The real power of being somebody that somebody knows. So the only difference between understanding that is understanding that what Selma has done, what Susan has done, what Anna has done, Rebecca has done, what Jim has done, you too can do. Because true philanthropy comes from living from the heart of yourself and giving what you have been given. How will you use your personality, the energy of your personality, to serve that which is your soul's calling? Your life gets better when you can find a way to share it with someone else. But the true decision is, how will you use yourself? How will you use that to become truly, authentically empowered? Now, it is a beautiful thing to receive an award and to be on the cover of Variety. But the true reward is in the lives that you are able to touch and the people who you have impacted. I live and move and have my being. And you want to know why I am really so successful? I knew that at 4 years old. I knew that when my grandmother said, you better watch me now, because one day you're going to have to learn how to wash these clothes and hang them up like this. So watch how I hold these clothespins in my mouth. And this lesson tonight is about connecting to it. I believe that beneath the surface of all physical problems is a spiritual solution, because you are a spiritual being having a human experience. That's the beginning of understanding spirituality. And I would say reading is the strongest signal for success in the future that I've ever seen. It is the strongest. I got my first job in radio when I was 16 years old, because I've been broadcasting since I was 16 years old. But my first job I got because I was a great reader. When you are a great reader, you can articulate and speak and command the English language in ways that other people cannot. And people think you're a lot smarter than you are, lots of times, because you're a great reader. So I believe that that what has happened to me is really the beginning of the greater passion to come. But if you find out what you're supposed to do, and you know what you're supposed to do by how it feels. You know, people wait on the voice of God to be the Moses in the burning bush. I think that was only Bible talk, you know, because he doesn't come to burning bushes for people. He comes through your heart. He speaks through your heart, through your feelings. You may stumble, fall. You will for sure. Count on this. No doubt. You will have questions and you will have doubts about your path. You will be happy. You will be successful. And you will make a difference in the world. Many times you will have angst and worry about things and put yourself in a state, like someone said this morning because their phone went off, they were mortified over a phone. Give my money, give my time, give of my service to who I wanted to give it to when I did, that I get to make that decision. The captain of your soul, as William Ernest Henley said in Invictus. And understanding that really changed the meaning of my life, in that I was no longer driven by what other people wanted me to do, but took charge of my own destiny, making choices based upon what do I feel is the next right move for me. Create a baseline for ourselves. This was around 1989 when I'd read Gary Zukav's book called The Seat of the Soul. What goes out comes back is determined by your intention. The energy of your intention is what determines your life. Most people don't think about their intention. They just think about what they want to do. But what's going to come back to you, the energy that's going to come back to you, is the real why of why you did it.